and the lines of actors out in the hallway, and you know, it was kind of a grim scene. But and so I arrived, and I remember waiting. I noticed that some people had been into the office, and then come out again with like a few pages of script to look at, then go back and read. And I went in, met the person, and came back out with a short scene to look at. And then I went back in, and you know, it's a cliche to say that he was so scared his knees shook together, you know, but mine were. I opened my mouth, and I said a couple of lines, and then the woman behind the desk said, that's enough. Literally, that's enough. That was my first audition. As time went on, and I got refused again and again, and I built up a kind of determination, and it forced me to really think about what am I going to go in there and do with this material in a way that will be so right on the nose that they've got to give me the part. So that began to work after a while. And I think that I could go on to chapter 2. But I'll hit me.
Hit you, okay. So if you weren't an actor, what would you do?
What would I do? Well, since I was that high, so I'm intrigued by big machinery, by bulldozers and tractors, those kind of things. And I think I could sit all day work with those gears and picking up and depositing. When I was a kid, I was on kind of a farm, and I used to get on a tractor and mow hay, pull a rake that would make rows out of the cut grass, stuff like that. Yeah, I liked it. So I might have gone in that direction.
Well, we're glad you didn't, because we're happy to have you as an actor.
Yeah, I must confess, I feel the same.
Good. And you did a lot of theater as well. And is there a different sort of preparation that you have to do for theater?
That's fun, because for me, theater was theater. I had to do a kind of a preparation when I got my first film, to do a film, kind of. Yeah, I grew up in an area where there's a lot of theater. Some of stock, and of course New York was about an hour away. So I just was determined to start out there and make, you know, move on from that. But I love doing theater. So.
Do you have a favorite play?
Favorite play?
Musical or straight show?
Well, I did King Lear 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And that's like, you know, climbing a mountain or something. It was just, it's such incredible story. The character of Lear himself. And I never thought of doing it, you know. I've been in the play 3 times in my younger years, but I never thought ahead, gee, what I am, I never thought, gee, this is what I like to do. I like to do King Lear. And then about 7, 8 years ago, just one day popped into my head. Why not? You know, why not? And I'm so glad I did. Yeah.
Nice. And I mean, obviously we're all here because of your wonderful career, but is there any advice that you could share with someone who's maybe starting out in their acting career?
Persistence. Just like for me, going to New York, I had to get up on a stage. And a stage could be some kind of arrangement in somebody's apartment with friends over, or off Broadway locations of all sorts. Yeah, and I'd go to anything that, you know, if I heard something about it that said that maybe I fit into that, I'd show up. Showing up is a big thing. But just kind of, if you got that drive to do it, and it supersedes anything else you could think of, you know, just do it. And get up in front of people, even if it's just in a class, in an acting class. Just keep on marching.
Persistence is key.
Huh?
Persistence?
Persistence.
Nice. That's really good advice. And so we talked about your first audition. Can you tell us about your worst audition?
My worst? My worst? That was pretty.
That was a bad one?
I don't know if I could top that. But worst audition. No. I went up for commercials for a while I was still in New York. And I got, I think, about 3 commercials. One of them was for Square Donuts. Square Donuts, and they had, I was like a husband home making tea for my wife, some scenario like that. And I'm making tea or pouring tea into a cup. And they'd gone out and found a square, what do you call it, tea?
Tea kettle?
Yeah, to match with the Square Donut, see. And I couldn't pour it without, because it didn't flow, it flowed funny, so I'd and spill and all that. And the guy, seriously, the director, seriously, you need to go home and practice that. Really. And then there was another one, I had a commercial for some kind of chewing gum, juicy fruit or something. And the scenario was we'd been robbed, and I'm tied back to back with a young bank worker. And for some reason, we had a stick of gum in my mouth, her mouth, and we were roped in and twisting around to pass it on. God, I hear myself saying that. But that's the way it was. Then I think we had to fall down. I don't know, ridiculous. So, yeah.
That sounds like a fun commercial. They don't make them like that anymore. They don't make commercials like that anymore. Kind of wish they did.
No, not that I know of.
So another question about your career. Was there any advice that you were given that you want to share with us?
I think, I don't know. I can't think of any others that I didn't just sort of speak of. Well, advice, I don't know. What I think of immediately is an acting teacher that I had. When I started out, in my early 60s, whenever I got a chance to get on stage, it was maybe a night where I felt I killed it. I mean, I just was so into it, everything happened the way it's supposed to. And then another night, I could come out, I would feel like I was floundering. I didn't, I just could not seem to get where I needed to go. And there was an acting teacher. There was a teacher at a place called the Neighborhood Playhouse School of the Theater. And I was around actors a lot because I apprenticed in summer stock, etc. So I'd hear, actors would talk about where to go to acting school and all that. And this guy was so recommended. I got accepted into the school, and he kind of changed my life. He was so dedicated to to trying to find out what is it about you that's a problem with your acting or etc. He's like, and that was kind of hard. Go out and find a good acting teacher.
Good. I mean, that's good advice. If there's something that you're interested in, to just keep pursuing it and try to get better at it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get caught up too much in that it may not be that good for you in terms of the quality of the production. Maybe the director's, somebody you don't want to work with because you don't have any confidence in him, etc. I just say, make the best of it. Do it. It'll force you to overcome whatever problems there may be in doing it. And you'll learn from it. And you'll see. You're out there being observed. And that, that helps.
Nice. So we can't let you sit on this stage and not ask you a couple weird questions. Like, do you have any hidden talents that maybe we don't know about?
Hidden talents?
Yes.
No. Censorship. When you have resumes, when I started out, when you started accumulating some kind of credits, you started forming a resume, and you update it, and if you had special talents, you'd list them, you were a wrestler in high school, or you love fly fishing, you know, whatever it might be.
All right. So is there anything that you're just terrible at that you would like to get better at?
We're getting around this somehow. Let's see. That happens often. Mm-hmm. You know, this is like I like to be able to do that. You know, I've never really learned how to do. But not too much there. I'm sorry. I don't have an adequate answer.
That's okay, because you're really good at acting, and that's why we're all here, and we're big fans of that. And you can just roll with that.
Yeah. I tell you know, Back to the Future has had such an effect on so many people, like no other thing I've done, theater, film, TV, whatever. It just, so many times people come up and say, thanks for my childhood. I mean, it's had that effect, and it keeps rolling along. Mm-hmm. You know, the kids that saw it when the film first came out are now adults with children who are seeing it. You know, the first film some of them see. So it's a shared experience. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, how many people here brought their children?
You're all so great.
See? It's just generations that have just admired your work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then being at these conventions, have you had any like really memorable moments with fans?
Yes, I have, but I can't keep them all in my head. I mean, it happens every day. Somebody shares a moment in their life, or says something, and it's like, you know, I find myself signing the next 3 or 4 things, thinking about what I just heard. People I've just met. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can think of what.
Can't think of one instance. It's just kind of the whole experience together and seeing your fans and everything. Yeah. Well, we're happy to see you, right? Like, it's amazing that we can share this time with you.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. That's absolutely true. So, Christopher, are you up for playing a game?
Up for playing a game?
Yes.
What do you think? What should I say?
So there's a game that we play at Fan Expo, and we've been doing it a lot this weekend particularly. It's called This or That. So you just have to pick between 2 things. So I'll give you 2 things, and you tell me which one you pick.
Oh, that's it?
Easy, right? Very limited rules, you just pick one.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so a night in or a night out? So do you want to stay home or do you want to go out and party?
I have that parade all the time.
Every day.
Stay out, I'm not going to stay in. I don't know, I've kind of wait for something to...
To lure you out?
Yeah, like somebody say, let's stay in tonight. Okay. Let's go out one night. All right.
Just easy going, go with the flow. I like that. Okay, so card game or board game? So like playing poker or playing a board game?
Wow, might depend on what kind of board game.
I feel like we know a couple good ones.
Oh, like Monopoly?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's kind of tough. I'm not sure.
Everyone thinks this is an easy game until you're stuck with the question.
I'm pretty open to either. I've never really learned how to play poker, but I like the idea. It's
Big fan.
kind of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, we'll do a little Monopoly. I like that. Okay. Okay, so coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Got some coffee fans here. And comedy or horror? Like scary movies or funny movies?
I like. It's good it's fun to do a really good scary movie. You know, but it's great to get laughs. There's funny stuff too.
Maybe you could find a good combo, like a scary movie with some good laughs.
Yeah, combine both in the same film.
There we go. Rain, like a rainstorm or a snowstorm?
I'm thinking rainstorm, but it might be because I live in California.
That's true. Well, we wouldn't pick snow either, and we all mostly live
I was born
here.
in the Northeast, and then the snow, you just wanted snow every day. Good enough snow so the school buses weren't running.
Okay. Would you rather go to a costume party or a pool party?
Costume party or pool party. They seem like two very separate spheres. Pool party. I don't know about that. I think I'm too shy. No, a pool party or what was the other?
Costume party. Like costume, like Halloween party.
Costume. I remember there was a costume party in the 2nd or 3rd grade. And I was like terrified about a costume, what to wear. But I don't even remember whether I went or not. Whether I rebelled. Yeah.
Do you remember what the costume you chose was?
It was like I was supposed to be an Indian, Native American, and it was awful. It was like an overcoat or something.
Okay, so this is the last one, and then we're gonna wrap it up. But you're doing so good. You're so good at this game.
Oh, I wish this could go on all day.
Well, it can. I mean, if you guys want to think of a this or that for Christopher down at his table, definitely do that, because he's just rocking them out. Okay, so if you could travel to the future or to the past, which one?
Well, I want to go to the future, but I don't want to. I want to go maybe 50, 75 years into the future.
Just to see.
Because I think all the stuff that's going on today is going to come,
Just to see what's going on?
If we survive it all, we'll still be here in 75 years.
Yeah, I feel like that's a great answer. Well, thank you, everyone. Put your hands together for Christopher Lloyd. Thank you, Christopher.
I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members, Anime King Nick, Chaos Draco, the Arctic Operator, Dig Wyron, Tim Rage, Roderick Hare, Miguel Ortiz, Let's Talk Sports, Papillon Oger, Roderick Ham, Jason Mrazis, Willie Maloney, Louis Cairns, Solima Ramirez, Danny Nascimento, Skurd, Stephen Heffelman, and Thomas Franco. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this content, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. You can also become a member. Please join the fan club support team right now. We have a Blue Ranger power-up and a Gold Ranger power-up. This is an awesome way to talk with the fans, join a fan club official chat group. You can also be featured in our videos. At the end of the videos, I will shout you out. That's if you get the Gold Ranger Power-Up membership. Go check it out. Go support the fan club. We love you guys, and thanks for watching. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.